Alright, chat, YouTube, it's Deck Tech time. This time for a little bit of Simic Ritual, the eyeball deck that continues to pop up and win challenges from time to time. But this one is a dono deck, and we got a couple copies of Fblthp here. This is whenever it enters, you may draw a card. If it entered from the library, you draw 2 cards instead. So if you ritual into it, you draw 2. The namesake card of the deck, Ritual, pretty strong when you get to turn your Coiling Oracles and your Ice-Fangs into Oculi. And then we got Hydroelectric as an MDFC, same with the 4 copies of Singing to Stupor. The 4 Oculi that you turn your 2 drops into. You got 1 Brazen Borrower for bouncing stuff. Main deck, Flavor Denial. You can sacrifice your Ice-Fang or your Coiling Oracle after you already get value off of them. 1 Force of Negation for freeze counter magic. A couple copies of Harbinger for mana disruption in the main deck. A couple Dismembers since you don't really have access to real removal. 2 Endurances for looping through your deck again, or you can also just use it for main deck graveyard hate. A couple copies of Subtlety for another free quote-unquote counterspell for creatures. 1 copy of Eldritch Evolution, you turn your 2-drop into Oculus. And then Shardless Agent, which lets you hit any of these when you go to Cascade, and they're all pretty decent to hit. Mana base-wise, it's pretty straightforward. Blue-green with snow lands for the Ice-Fang. Couple copies of Hedge Maze, fetches, shocks. You know how it is. Sideboard, 3 copies of Consign for Eldrazi, some Stern Scoldings for white, black, and energy. Couple copies of Mystical Speed for the Frog decks, 1 Force to complement the 1 in the main deck, same with the additional Dismember, 1 Collector Ouphe for the Mox deck, same with the Forces, and then an additional Endurance. Tan's very poor. Tan's also very poor. I forgot that I draw Oculus in this deck all the time. Just a real feels bad. Tan's fine. Not great, but fine. Call 5 the RC with Stock Zoo with 4x Thrills, 4x Null Drifter, and 3x Consign. Okay, that's not Stock Zoo. Thoughts on the... Oh, of course, I run into energy. Who said I'm going to run into energy? I don't have any strong opinions about Domain Zoo. I think the deck is okay. Thanks, Andrew. I think Domain Zoo is a very, very strong when you get through the Leyline Style and stuff against other creature decks. And then if you face up against a big mana deck and you have Kavu plus Stub, then you're in a great spot as well. I think it's just, you gotta play the matchup lottery with that deck. Okie dokie. Turn into eyeball. Harbinger of the Seas, but they fetched Plains Mountain. Good. I guess I'm taking a... Do I even take the Harbinger? I guess I take the Harbinger. It's like, isn't even good. In fact, this is probably actively bad here because it's cutting me off of green mana. But I can't sack at the Flare. And then not have it be in the deck anymore. Dude, they just kill the Harbinger. Let's just make sure that they kill the Harbinger. Sends the squad. I should just take the Shardless Agent. It's probably way better, right? Eyeball. Okay. Dismember Flare. This is embarrassing to watch. I'm sorry you feel that way, Wangster. I don't know if they were going to kill my Harbinger, but I can't, like, risk them. I should have just taken the Shardless Agent, in reality. Yeah, maybe they can't deal with the eyeball. Maybe they don't have Goblin Bombardment. think they meant to attack with all the cats here. I don't really want my Oculus to get discharged, but I could jump one in front of here, then they flip a Johnny if they have a red permanent. That's kind of bad for me. I could just take the 3. Yeah, just take the 3. Flips the Johnny anyways. Fable. Spyro, it's even better. Alright, we're not winning this game. Endurance is probably fine. Force out. Harbinger out. Stern Scolding in. I'll take the Eldritch Evolution out too. Free counter spell would be nice right about now. Hey, a mistake's a mistake, you know? We can harp on it all we want. Not gonna go back and change it. Hey, J Shoes, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Does Breeding Pool tapped here? I might want to Dismember on turn 1 though. Just play Island, I guess. That one I don't think I'm gonna Dismember. Pretty happy if I could trade that with an Ice-Fang. No Orlando for me. No, sir. Could Dismember, leave up Stern Scolding, or I could just try to flash in the Ice-Fang, hope they don't have instant speed removal. Kind of a tough call. I think I want to hit my land drop, so let's just flash in the Ice-Fang. Even if they do have removal, maybe I can hit my land drop. Checks out. Maybe I just want to flash in Endurance here. And we'll just pass. Gabo Bombardo. I don't think it's worth like flashing an Ice-Fang and then sacking it to Flare. I can just let that go. Sadly. Yeah, Vivu is too slow. Probably has to die. I guess I just flash in the Ice-Fang and then it's gonna trade for the Ragavan guaranteed. They still have Ocelot Pride, they're gonna make a token. You're not in a good spot. Maybe this Hydroelectric Specimen will do work. We flash that one in. Maybe I'd rather just flash in the Endurance here. Rather wait for them to have a Flash in the graveyard, but I guess this is fine. Nah, I didn't try the ban version of this deck. I think they have a Thraben Charm. I think they should have pinged the Endurance here. So they ping the Endurance, then I couldn't block here, and then they could also just ping the Endurance again and kill it. Wow, not killing the Endurance. I could start attacking and then flash in the Hydroelectric Specimen. Let's wait one turn. I might need to flare something. Just like hard cast flare and then keep this in my hand. It's probably a worthwhile thing to flare when they have Goblin Bombardment out. It's also just going to turn off my flares. Fblthp. Yeah, Voice of Victor is a great card. Think that's probably fine. Got the flare to sack it to get it off my screen. Oh, Agony's here. Well, that one I should probably flare. Question is, maybe I sack the Fblthp, then I flash this in. It's probably better. Did not attack. I think I flash this in regardless. Well, I didn't tap out for whatchamacallit flare, so they could expect that I have a flash through it. I think that makes sense. Did not do anything. This is a pretty good draw. I think we sent him with the Endurance too. Can also send him the Hydroelectric, but I mean it just gets blocked here and bounced, so it doesn't really matter. See if we can turn into something better. Hockey. I think I want the Endurance around still, so let's turn this into Oculus. No, Aki. At least they have no energy now. I think we're just flashing in this 3/3. Could sack the Guide of Souls and kill it. But I think it makes more sense to go upstairs, especially if they like draw a Flage, I could die. Uh-oh. 4, 5, I'm going to 1. Uh-oh. Well, that helps. Didn't really hit what I wanted to hit here. Could grab a Coiling Oracle. That's not great. I think I grab a Coiling Oracle. Try to draw something. It's not too bad either. Sadly, we have to jump block here. Unless we want to bounce the Guide of Souls. I don't think we're super interested in bouncing the Guide of Souls. I don't know if we can attack with the Subtlety either. Alright, well now we can. I guess we'll see if one Sigurd Stupor is good enough. Sure. Alrighty. What'd you get, opponent? You got the Ragster. I think that's like the only card I couldn't beat here. It was a 1-drop. I bounced the Goblin Bombardment, they recast it. I bounced the Guide of Souls, they recast it. I bounced the Ragavan, they recast it. I don't know if this hand's that good. This deck never really has anything to do on turn 1 anyways. It's the mirror. This is going to be interesting. I think I just take the 1. Kind of no point in trading here. If I hit Birthing Ritual off the Shardless Agent, I need something else to sack anyways. Go grab a Forest in case we get Harbinger. And then Shardless Agent into... Hey, we hit the Birthing Ritual. Because I probably have to Flare. Puts 1 card on top. Maybe it's a Subtlety. Just an Ice-Fang. Leave that on top too. I don't really want to attack do a Subtlety. I don't know if they have a Subtlety in hand, but I'm not willing to risk attacking into that or Endurance. So let's just pass. Pass until we have an answer to either or. It's not great. They're playing the Splash Black variant. Yeah, they're playing Grave Titan also. Start with Coiling Oracle. Endurance. I think it's just a pass. Could potentially Brazen Bar plus Dismember. Our board is better than theirs. Currently, anyways. If I go for an eyeball, we can Dismember. I think I'm actually pretty down to double block. And when they go to end step with this trigger on the stack, then we're going to Dismember this. Ouch, ouch. Eyeball our own, not bad. Can we do here? I want to run out the Harbinger, or do I just leave a Brazen Bar or Endurance? Probably Brazen Bar or Endurance. Oh, that's going to the bottom. I don't know if Harbinger does a lot here, though. Takes me off a double green. I don't know if they have any black cards in the main deck, actually. Takes me off of Endurance. Yeah, I think I just pass. Harbinger's gonna be like the first card we sideboard out. Let them do their birthing ritual thing. I can't stop this anyways. Problem is, if they have flare, then it's really bad for me. They did not. Which means in with the squad, and then we're gonna flash in Brazen Bar, flash in Endurance. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't need this untapped. I guess I should actually do the Endurance now, so they can't counter it. Okie dokie. Flash and Endurance. No. Why no? I cannot let you do that. Alright, Harbinger's definitely gonna come out. Mystical Disputes can come in. Stern Scolding. Extra Dismember. Probably take out Eldritch Evolution. It seems bad against the counterspell deck. They want the extra endurance for their eyeballs that they hardcast. Can also maybe take out an eyeball of my own. We drop the Fblthp. Brazen Bar does not seem that good. It seems like fine against the eyeballs in particular, and that's about it. I think we take out an eyeball of our own. Kind of awkward against endurance and Dismember. But maybe you're just never supposed to do that. Let's roll with the 2 Stern Scoldings. Opponent said, I played this at FNM last night and cashed. Do you like the deck? Not at all. Smile. How's looking Fuego? If only that were the truth. I'll top Stern Scolding and pass. Raker Mystic Forest draw next. Sign off and go to my PT meeting next. Is the plan currently. I think we go fetch a forest and then I don't really want to get my birthing ritual stunted on, so let's roll the Coiling Oracle. It's gonna be pretty nice for the Stern Scolding. Chat's not allowed to show up. Because they'd be like, oh, why didn't you bring a Consign against Storm? And also, why did you pick Harbinger off the birthing ritual? This hurts to watch. So I can't bring chat. I think we're gonna counter this Ice-Fang. I don't know if the Stern Scolding's getting any better. Alright, here's Eyeball. Hey, we got it. It hurts to watch only because no night mode. Well, you don't have to stare at this. The bright freaking white chat on the right of the screen. Dismember. Yep. I guess we could cast another eyeball though. I want to trade him. Could also just flip his face up and try to high roll off of it. I mean, I should have surveilled before I made this decision. Yeah, I think we block. Probably not. Spending my entire turn flipping that face up. I have a flare for my Oculus. I do not. Yeah, it's virtual. Just say no. No, no. Old-fashioned Aki cast. Whoosh. Indeed. Just flip his face up. I guess I start by casting the Coiling Oracle. Let's see what we hit off the Coiling Oracle. Flare. Yeah, let's just flip his face up. Let's go to end step. We got a double flare. I think we take the Fblthp and just draw two. Boseiju Ice-Fang, that's not bad. If they ever hit their own Oculus, or their own Birth Ritual rather, then we can indeed just Boseiju it. So if we draw another 2-drop here. Subtlety. I want to go Boseiju also. See you later, Fblthp. Hello, Subtlety. I think we can just take an Endurance here. So they don't top deck Eyeball. Although it makes this Ice-Fang lose Death Touch, but I don't think that's super relevant here. Trade Ski. Here with the Endurance, I think we're going to flash in the Hydroelectric Specimen. I might be flashing in the Subtlety here. Put one on top. That's one on top. Whoosh. Seems fine. No. I'm good. I would like to not downgrade my creature, if possible. Bonk. Take another Endurance. Then maybe we'll hit Aki. No Aki. Pretty much blue-green elementals. I think we just continue getting in for the tiny beats. There's the Aki. Don't think there's anything better than the Aki to grab, so Alright, got the GGs. GGs. Yeah, I think it's Hands Keeper. Jeez, Bubble. Fun games indeed. No, I don't like this deck. I hate this deck, in fact. We just have it as a dodo deck. This deck feels very low power to me. What is this? Interesting. Belcher variant, maybe? Yeah, Modern VV was very poor. We tried it, though. We definitely tried it. But it was not very strong. It was very slow compared to the rest of the format. Neoform? Guess that makes sense. Subtlety should be pretty good in this matchup. Opponent passing. We're playing against a lot of Neoform recently. You're making me so mad, Neoform. I think we just be the most mana efficient possible and cast the Shardless Agent this turn. Because then if we get to untap and we're not dead, then we get to go land ritual. Yeah, we got a ritual anyways. Cool. Eyeball. Pass. Planar Genesis. Some Misty into play. Pretty sure I'm pitching this Coiling Oracle. I definitely have to dodge Goblin Bombardment. I think maybe I should have put more emphasis on countering the Goblin Bombardment in our energy match. And, you know, not picking the Harbinger, but say la vie. So they find out the Preordain. Might just be dead to the thingy if they have Consign. I guess they can't kill me this turn because they wouldn't have mana for Consign plus Neoform. I know they have land drop. I'm living to see another turn. So I can hit him for 5, either 9 or 12. I think I'd rather just play double Birthing Ritual. Or I could play Coiling Oracle, Ice-Fang. Try to find Flare. It might be better. It's probably better. We don't hit a blue card off this. Okay, we did hit another Subtlety. Alright, let's try to find a second blue card. If we can find an Ice-Fang or a Coiling Oracle here. Fblthp, I think, is the pick here. Endurance doesn't really do much. I don't need another eyeball because they're dead on board already. Turn Fblthp to Brazen Borrower, I guess. See if they can beat 2x Subtlety. It's one card on top. Yeah, I don't know. I think this deck's really slow. Because you have to, like, set this up. Then you have to rely on Coiling Oracle plus Flare to do a lot of heavy lifting. If you just don't have that, then it's pretty weak. This doesn't really do anything until turn 3 anyways. It doesn't even work until your end step. I have a lot of gripes with this deck. A lot of gripes with it. I grabbed a Hooting Mandrills. Okay. Another one. They might have packed here. Oh, they do have packed. Okay. We might be dead. They have Galta Xenagos for dead. It's not Galta Xenagos. Hmm. I don't know if I can beat this. If they block this, I flip another one face up. They gain 7 and blanks that. They take 5. I guess I do have lethal on board still. Oh no, it's an 8/8. Block more than 7. Well, that's not good. Is it still my best bet? Probably. Just turn everything sideways, flip the eyeball face up, put him to 1. Harbinger, they can't pay for backs. They have Consign a memory in their hand. Can't fetch, so they need Consign. Yeah. I think I just put him to 1. So I don't know if that's even a great plan here. But I think it might be my only plan. Could still play a Harbinger. But if I play the Harbinger, they can pay for the pact because it's a pact of negation. So it's probably not the best thing to do. They could replicate it, so Force of Negation is not going to be able to counter the Consign. They pack twice? Oh, yeah, they did pack twice. Well, regardless, I mean, it still doesn't seem like the greatest thing, right? Because they could just consign both anyways. Maybe I take Coiling Oracle. Counter one, hope they don't replicate. But I don't think Harbinger, like, adds to that game plan at all. Endurance. No, you can't forget about packs and paper anymore. I mean, I don't think the Harbinger matters. Because if they consign at all, then they're going to die their blue pact anyways. Well, they're going to be tapped out. So, pretty sure I just take the Coiling Oracle. It's just a forest. Take Fblthp. Or I could take Ice-Fang. Ice-Fang does not have Death Touch, though. You can't, like, scum somebody out of a pact anymore. They changed how it works. Could dismember the Atraxa. Can they just rewind? I'm pretty sure they could just rewind. You, like, can't die to your own pact in paper anymore by forgetting about it. They just, like, rewind to the point where they let you pay for it. See you later, Harbinger. It's been real. Neoform down. Take the mystical disputes, the force of negations. Consign could be okay. Probably don't want endurance. Endurance seems not good. Same with Harbinger. Probably not good. Dismember kind of poor too, but it can kill Atraxa in spots like that. I could take 2 more consigns over the dismembers and then just try to counter like a Galta trigger. Not my favorite thing to be doing. Does Stern Scolding hit Rider? I'm pretty sure Rider tracks through zones, right? Not a 0/0. I think Rider tracks through zones. It does, yeah. That's what I thought. We could Stern Scolding Rider. I think Stern Scolding would see a lot more play in sideboards in general. It was one of the spells they targeted with the Pact countered by a different spell in the counterfight. Oh, you guys are talking about something else. I got confused. How big we have to finish this league? Lighter control would make you not confused. I don't know about that. We have about an hour to finish this league, chat. See if we can do it. It's only 2 more matches. We should be able to get done in time. 10's kind of weak. But we got our trusty turn 1 Surveil, which is the only thing this deck can do. Hedge Maze. Surveil. Definitely leave the Flare on top, and that makes me want to cast Fblthp instead of Birthing Ritual here. I was probably going to cast the Fblthp regardless. Fblthp, no. I might not be dying next turn. Veil Summer. Don't think that's a good sign for me. I don't think I get to do anything here. I don't think I could afford to play Birthing Ritual out. Should probably just hold up some sort of interaction. Look for... It's not bad. Cascade finds me a Birthing Ritual. Let's see if this was a mistake. If they have a Boseiju, then they could like Boseiju my Shardless Agent. Let's take Coiling Oracle. Huge. Maybe I was supposed to take alright. Maybe I was supposed to take Ice-Fang instead to not show him the Force of Negation. Alright. I'm in. The Consecrated Sphinx. More cards. Saga. Drum. It's exclamation mark card in the card name. Sure. But you can get Kappa Cannon there off of Riddler. Wait a minute. You're cooking. You can also get Kappa Cannoneer and Riddler off of the Affinity card, the Thought Monitor. Birthing Ritual Affinity. Secret Best deck. Crabomination. Does Crab have to obey timings of when you can cast spells, or does it all happen at the end step? The Crab action might be good. If you are going to have to pick one. This is awkward. I think we pass and we let him make some constructs. At least we'll have Death Touching Ice-Fangs. I think you cast immediately as well. Another one. Then they get boots. Kind of curious to see what they get here. I feel like it's boots, but it could be very off. It's a Mox Opal. Sure. Maybe they have Metallic Rebuke that they want to hold up. I'm going for the Pinnacle Emissary. Okay. I think I'm okay with that. Cast a Memnite, sure. Cast a Bauble, We're gonna block. And we're gonna flash in another Ice-Fang. And we're going to give our Ice-Fang Death Touch. And trade him. Just like that. We need another ice permanent though. Snowland. I would also take a Birthing Ritual. You know what? That's pretty okay. Do I need another 2 mana on tap or anything? I don't think so. Let's just play this tapped. Our hand's kind of a whole lot of nothing, but drawing this was really, really good. They probably won't attack with the construct now. Which means we can get them with the endurance. Red mana. Oh, yeah. Another one. Got me a lot of flyers. 15/15 construct token. Caberno. Flash in the endurance. A lock of flyer. We just pass. Maybe I shouldn't have shocked. Another Urza Saga is also quite bad for me. I gotta just let that happen. If I tap out for Subtlety, then they can attack with a construct token freely. Okay, I actually have to Subtlety this. I don't think I'm beating this Kappa Cannon here. This matchup does not seem very good. But at least they tap the construct token. So that's a plus. I'm sadly nowhere near casting Oculus. I guess I can surveil one to the graveyard and then trade one of my creatures. Flash in the Ice-Fang. Try to draw a flare. Okay, we did draw a flare. I think I should have surveilled before that. Problem is, we're still have to face down 3 total constructs. There's 2 more coming out of this thing. And they have so many flyers, it's kind of ridiculous. I don't take a lot of damage here, but it's not looking good. Technically not the worst draw, but I think I need to find something better, because I would turn on the Death Touch for the Ice-Fang. It's a redraw. Is that better than playing Oculus? I think Oculus has got to be better here. Makes construct. Hide the Harbinger. Definitely don't want to flip that up unless we see another Urza Saga. We'll see if we even live through this turn, though. It's looking like no. with that Shadow Spear. Alright, we got 3 Force of Vigor. Ouphe. Mystical Dispute. I think Mystical Dispute's like way better than Consign to Memory here. We drop Eldritch Evolution Endurance. Harbinger. Force of Negation. Seems fine. What's the best control deck in Modern? None of them. Probably Jeskai. Jeskai's kind of decent. Esper, if you count that as a control deck, but it's like more of a mid-range deck with control-y elements in it. Yeah, maybe like Jeskai Wizards. Don't listen to Bunny's lies, it's not Grixis. Just Jeskai with Flare, Solitude, and Subtlety. I think playing like Tune the Narrative Wrath Disguise is at least gonna have some good matchups. Like this one would be a great matchup for anything playing Tune in the Wrath Disguise. Ornithopter. Ornithopter. Drum. Second drum. Thoughtcast. Mox Opal. So I could Dismember plus Force, and that would clear out all their mana. If I took out the 2 Ornithopters and then 1 Springly Drum and the Mox Opal. I guess the Mox Opal would be shut off anyways, so I would take out both Ornithopters and a Drum. To take out all their mana or to not take out all their mana. 1, 2, 3. I can cast Kappa Cannoneer next turn. I think I probably have to take out all their mana. I'm gonna get punished if they have Urza Saga. That would've been nice. Nice to know I had on top anyways. I think I FOV'd him. I think I'm gonna wait a turn and play around Metallic Rebuke. I'll still get value from the Shardless Agent, but I think I could just wait until Shardless Agent plus Mystical Dispute. I think this only draws 1. Is that right? It's not being cast from the library, it's being cast from exile. Yeah. Yeah, I got that right. Let me put a Flaming Sephiroth while I remember. I don't think I care about my Shardless Agent. Much rather counter a Kappa Cannoneer or Thought Monitor, whatever they may have. Thanks, I just bought a new shampoo. It was called Nibelheim Flame. Sure. Whip Flare, huh? So I'm gonna try my best to leave up this Mystical Dispute. I think I'm gonna hold that in my hand. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, hello. To what do I owe the honor, Mr. Collector Ouphe? Just grab another snake, I guess. Yep, RPing is the camera. Everything's on fire. Wish this hand had one more land in it. But I'm gonna keep it. It's got double FOV. I think it's hard to mulligan this hand against Affinity. Alright, land me. Yay. I think that's fine. I don't really want to get Metallic Rebuked, so they can make constructs, that's fine. Let them make constructs. Flash in the Ice-Fang, draw a card, it's a Misty Rainforest, which means we get to go Shardless Agent next turn. And we drew a green card. That's swell. Coiling Oracle. Do a Subtlety. Boots. Alright, they're back to 1 mana. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. My poor opponent. That is a 1-2. Take everything from them. Alright. Prediction time, chat. Hopefully Harbinger's good against them. If Harbinger's good against them, this hand will be good. It's a good start. Good start for Team Harbinger. Kind of debating if I want to just get a forest here. I think maybe I should just get a forest. Problem is it doesn't let me cast the Harbinger. But I really need to cast my green spells, I think. Trogmoth. Cool. Ballista for 1. Yeah. Kills my Coiling Oracle, okay. Plays a Soul Cauldron. Mm-hmm. Let's Hedge Maze it up. Definitely think we leave that on top. Harbinger. Placing it to Stupor. Say go. I got a halfling. How do I feel about a halfling here? Is that subtlety worthy? Probably not. Maybe though. I just want to do this for the tempo. Put the lighted halfling on top. I could Boseiju Soul Cauldron, which is going to force the shuffle. But then it gives them basic swamp. Is that worth it? Now that I drew the Brazen Borrower, I think it's okay to probably give him basic swamp. I think I want to get rid of the Soul Cauldron completely. So it shuffles the Delighted Halfling off the top of their deck. Let's get another force, that makes sense too. Coiling Oracle. Into a flare. Sweet. Poor opponent. Locked out by Harbinger. Oh, great. Hachimachi, that draw's insane. Boseiju. Nice, I got double green now. The Wolf Stare. Realistically, I should probably just cast Brazen Borrower and start attacking. But taxing them a green mana next turn seems fine too. Yeah, they have to block, and this comes back as a 2/2. So even if they find something pretty good here, I think they're still dead. I guess I might be dead to Soul Cauldron Ballista. But it looks like they didn't have it. Could have Endurance here. But they're still dead if they have Endurance or Cord. I guess they could Cord for Bowmaster. No, they're still dead if they Cord for... No, I guess they're not dead if they Cord for specifically Bowmaster. But they have to bow the Brazen Borrower and then jump. Sadly, this is only instant or sorcery, so I don't get to flash this in. No, I think it has to be able to target a creature. If it can't actually target a creature legally, then you can't redirect it to Hydroelectric Specimen. Stern Scolding, Dismember, Endurance. I guess Eldritch Evolution is not the worst thing. Force of Negation out. I could also take out like an Oculus here. Harbinger's probably not actually that good in the matchup. It just looked really good there. So I think we could take out the Harbingers. I also don't think I need this Eldritch Evolution. Hand's close. So I do want to stop taking another land. I would keep it, but I think we got to mulligan that. I think we have to mulligan this as well. All right, this is a keep for sure. Put back Aki Hydroelectric. into Hapatra. I got a land and nothing else. Definitely got one on top. Pass with Stern Scolding / Ice-Fang / Boseiju. I'm gonna try not to use this Boseiju because I kind of just want it as my third land. Can also have Bowmaster here. Alright, they don't have Bowmaster. Ooh. They also can't have Cord because they have the Spy Master's Vault and a Spawn. But I don't want to swing into Endurance here, so I'm not going to swing. Looks like they're just going to Boseiju me. Abrupt Decay. I don't even get my land. Nope. Goodbye, Yoggers. Stern Scolding. Stern Scolding, why? I'll add one more in the deck. Counter your own Shardless now. But I don't want to. We're gonna get a Soul Cauldron. We might be cooked with this Soul Cauldron. It's gonna get a Yogg. Kinda cooked. Stop the Yogg thing from happening for a turn, I guess. Kinda. Not really, because they can actually just Spy Master's Vault onto a different thing here. Yeah. That's the downside. Gotta yell at this wolf also. I guess I'm supposed to board out Shardless Agent when I board in Stern Scolding. Alright. Let's indeed board out the Shardless Agents. So we could bring in anything else instead. Oculus is fine, Eldritch Evolution is fine, and then maybe like a Harbinger. 2 Harbingers. Maybe Harbinger is just good for stopping the utility lands more than anything else. Ouphe's okay, I guess. It's a lot of sinks. So we have Harbinger in my deck now, but this doesn't matter because it's gonna get Island, can't get Forest. So we're gonna Surveil. Get our Birthing Ritual. Like another Ice-Fang. Innkeeper. Swamp Pass. Ooh, Flare Denial. Yeah, that's funny. If Secret of Stupor were a normal land, I could have cast another 2-drop here. but it's not. Didn't I bottom the 4th sync too? I guess I shuffled them. I think we gotta counter this rumble. Sadly. Vaccine Bobble, Walking Ballista, Forest, Rumble. Well, I'm glad I spent the flare while I could, because they were going to get Vaccine Bobble. Choose Forest instead, play around Harbinger, which I think is pretty smart. One of the black, Soul Cauldron. For Ballista. Well, it's not looking good, chat. Or is it? Eyeball. Show me eyeball. Endurance is cool too. Get endurance the creatures out of my graveyard. Yeah, we are dead to wolf. Well, I guess they need a creature in the graveyard now. Yogg. Hmm. I'd sink the Yogg and then play the Ice-Fang, then try to spin the Ice-Fang into something. I could sink the Cauldron, get the Ballista out of there, but I mean, like... Does that help me? I don't know. Pretty cooked anyway, I guess. Because the way I see it is if I bounce the Yogg, they sack, like, maybe Halfling. I guess they wouldn't sack anything, right? Alright, let's bounce the Yogg. I don't know if this is the right play. Okay, they didn't sack anything, which means there's still no creature in the graveyard, so we can actually Ice-Fang into an eyeball here, potentially. I can't attack. It's not looking good, Alex. I am dead to the card Young Wolf. Does Ice-Fang to eyeball actually do anything? I mean, it kills them, which kind of something I have to try to do, right? Finally won your first trophy? Hell yeah. Congrats. Chords for 1. 1 is Young Wolf. Hydroelectric Specimen onto that. They loot their entire thingy. We've died. For shame, we have died. Pay out the doubters.
Have you
Bing
peeked?
bong, bing bong, bing bing bong.
Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore.